Desertification is an environmental problem threatening the very existence of some African communities which border the Sahel and the Sahara regions. The effect of this menace is such that communities have been sacked and livelihoods destroyed as people give up the battle for land due to an encroaching desert and drought. Migration is the order of the day as affected communities abandon their homes in search of suitable land for farming as well as grazing grounds for their livestock. These concerns prompted the African Union to come up with the Great Green Wall Initiative. The concept of the Great Green Wall involves the planting of a wall of trees stretching 7,775 kilometers long and 15 kilometers wide from Djibouti in the east to Senegal in the west of Africa, with the broad objective of halting the advancing desert. Nigeria is one of the countries that is a signatory to the Great Green Wall Initiative. As a major player in the project, the federal government is putting necessary machinery in motion to see that this project achieves its objectives of halting desertification and other forms of environmental degradation. For the overall success of the project in Nigeria, it is imperative for the people to be properly sensitized on the need for a collective effort, especially since the Nigerian approach is hinged on community ownership and participation. It is in line with this that the Federal Ministry of Environment, headed by the Honorable Minister Mrs. Laurentia Malam, embarked on a sensitization tour of Zamfara and Kebbi states. The first stop was the Zamfara State Government House on an advocacy visit to the Governor, Dr. Abdulaziz Yari. During the visit, the minister explained the need for partnership amongst all tiers of government, especially with the frontline states.
We are here today to create awareness to the people of Zamfara State to support this noble program. Your Excellency, we've had discussion with Honorable Commissioner of Environment in Zamfara State, and we know the effort you are making to give your own support towards this program. We've had meetings with these commissioners of the 11 frontline states, and there is assurances from all these states that their government will support the program.
Responding, Governor Abdulaziz Yari commended the initiative, describing it as timely, especially considering the rising concerns about the growth in population and the decrease in farm produce as a result of the loss of arable land due to desertification. The governor disclosed that the major problem experienced in the state is the steady increase in the cutting down of trees for firewood, while little or no effort is made to replace them. He disclosed that, on its own, the state government is already structuring a plan aimed at not only combating desertification, but also creating employment for its youths.
We are trying to, each and every local government, to engage at least 300 to 500 youths on the issue of tree planting campaign only. Because not only to engage them for the tree planting, also to engage them to make sure that the maintenance up to the standard of those tree planting to the final use of the users that is achieved. Because sometimes without this, people may not know. Without the serious advocacy on this issue, people may not know what we are actually in.
The minister's team also visited traditional rulers in the state. The Emir of Gusau, Alhaji Kabiru Muhammadu Dambaba, was the first to receive the team. Here, the minister stressed the need for collective community participation, urging the royal father to join forces with the federal government to combat desertification.
The federal government is aware of the problem of desertification in the northern part of the country. That is why the president has disbursed funds to fight this menace in order to restore the integrity of the environment of the Sahel region, as well as the livelihoods of the communities in the affected areas.
the Emir expressed his community's gratitude to the federal government over the Great Green Wall initiative.
We thank the minister for coming to our community to implement this project. We are happy about it. Wherever anyone is experiencing difficulty and eventually gets a helping hand, such a person should thank God. So we thank God for making you remember us in our moment of need and bring us the needed help.
The next stop was to see the Emir of Maru, Alhaji Abubakar Chika Ibrahim. After a brief exchange of pleasantries, the minister's entourage, at the instance of the Emir, visited sites of erosion in order to acquaint them with the nature of land degradation affecting his domain.
Look, between this building and that one, that is how the entire town is. I will take you around to see for yourself. The first contract to reclaim and rehabilitate the degraded lands was awarded in 1999 at the cost of 180 million naira from your ministry. The contractor disappeared after he secured the contract.
Barakallahu is another community in Zamfara state that was visited by the minister. Prior to her visit, however, the community fell victim to a windstorm that claimed many lives and destroyed much property. This disaster led the minister to immediately flag off a tree planting exercise in the affected community to fight any future occurrence of such a disaster. While addressing the community, Mrs. Laurentia Malam assured them of government's commitment towards ensuring continuous support in alleviating the sufferings of affected households.
We must plant trees. We must stop cutting trees. And if we have to cut trees, we must ensure that we replace them. But we want to stop the cutting of trees. So we have come out with an innovation that will help our women. It will bring succor to the women because it is women that suffer most. It is women that go from a far distance to look for firewood to cook. And so we have invented clean cook stoves that perhaps today we will give out a few to you as samples, and in due course both federal and the state government will come to your rescue by distributing same so as to stop the cutting of trees.
The Zamfara State Deputy Governor Alhaji Ibrahim Wakalla Mohammed commended the federal government for its efforts and assured the minister that her mission to Zamfara State would yield the desired results.
Coming to Zamfara State will definitely show your commitment to the eradication of desertification in our country. Your coming to Zamfara State definitely shows that you are concerned about the happenings in various areas of the country. So you are highly welcome to your second home, Zamfara State, home of hospitality. I hope you are staying in Zamfara. You will enjoy our hospitality. Honorable Minister, distinguished gathering, I am also happy to be here with you for free planting here in this area of Barakallahu, where this disaster occurred. Definitely shows that free planting will assist in fighting desertification in our country. I hope that your ministry will assist us. We'll also come together also that we can continue plantation of trees in various places.
The minister then proceeded to flag off the tree planting exercise by planting the first tree in the community. After which the Deputy Governor and the Zamfara State Commissioner for Environment took turns respectively to do the same. The working visit then took the minister and the crew to Tofa village to commission an information center built by the federal government, where the villagers can assemble to be sensitized on issues in the community. The information center is fitted with a solar-powered borehole, a parabolic solar stove, as well as solar panels to provide the electricity needs of the building.
You are all privileged to be among the first communities to be beneficiaries. This place has been built for you, and there are so many things you will benefit from it. You will be taught how to use the facilities if you haven't been taught already. When you have any problem or questions, all you need to do is come down to this place and it will be addressed. I am sure you have been taught how to use this cooker. We are aware that women are the ones that suffer when it comes to cooking. That is why we are bringing to you an alternative to firewood, which takes much time and energy to get.
As part of efforts to further sensitize the people on the need to stop the cutting of trees for firewood, the minister distributed stoves to women in the village.
Wasila Umar. Wasila Umar. Halima to Audu. Halima to Sadia. Metagwa Suna. Habiba Inusa. Habiba Inusa. Rakia Adamu.
Ordinarily, when you are given these to cook an entire meal, will it be enough? No. But with these stoves you have received and these small sticks, you can cook an entire meal. The reason for giving you these stoves is for you to stop cutting down trees for firewood.
After the commissioning, the minister, on behalf of the federal government, handed the facility to the state government.
On behalf of Mr. President and the Ministry of Environment, we wish to hand over this facility to you for onward transmission to the community. And the community will now be liaising with you. You will now know whether they are making good use of it, and you will tell us in Abuja. Thank you.
The minister then proceeded to Kebbi State, where she stopped at the state governor's office to solicit the state government support in the achievement of the goals of the Great Green Wall Initiative.
The program is designed to bring succor, to alleviate the suffering of the people living in this region, where the Sahara is causing much damage. And we know the effect. The people there, some have migrated, and when they migrate, they go to other states or other communities where sometimes they are not welcome. And in that, you find conflicts here and there. And so the government is aware of these problems, and so is trying to tackle them. This program also is going to bring economic activities, when completed, to the communities. Youths are being trained, and right now they've started getting salary.
Governor Saidu Usman Aikingari, while commending the initiative, disclosed that Kebbi State had, on its own, commenced the mass planting of trees to reduce or mitigate the impact of the advancing desert.
In Kebbi State, we are doing as much as we can to recover those forest reserves and to plant more. And this is why last year alone, we had 86 kilometers planted. We also have about 21 orchards established around the 21 local governments of the state. This year, we intend to go to 300 kilometers. With the experience of last year, I think we can plant faster, we can do better. And in the next 10 years, if we are planting the way we are planting, I'm sure we'll recover all our forests in Kebbi State.
After the visit to the governor, the minister and her team proceeded to see the emirs of Argungu and Gwandu, respectively, to inform them about the Great Green Wall initiative designed to fight desertification.
We are all aware that desertification comes with various forms of hardships, such as lack of food and water. Without good land for farming, a lot of people will go hungry. When this initiative is fully implemented and the land regains its lost nutrients, enough food crops will be produced to meet the needs of the people. So, we are calling for the total support and cooperation towards the actualization of this project.
Responding, the Emir of Argungu, Alhaji Samaila Mohammed Mera, said desertification has been a long-time problem in the state. It has displaced a lot of people and has prevented farming.
Desertification has been a problem weighing down this community for long. Now, we have nothing to say except to thank the federal government for this project. This project was designed not only to fight desertification and restore degraded lands, but also to empower the people by providing them with employment and sources of income to alleviate poverty. We haven't experienced a project like this before that has the welfare and interest of the people at heart. We thank the federal government for coming up with this program, and it is only right for us to commend them. We are truly grateful.
Similarly, the Emir of Gwandu, Alhaji Mohammed Bashir Ilyasu, welcomed the minister and called on the community to give the necessary cooperation in order to achieve the set objectives.
All what they are doing is for our benefit. We appreciate that, and we should do all that we can to assist the government so as to have success of this very vital job which they are doing. And we are particularly happy that the Honorable Minister of Environment herself and her entourage have decided to come home here to give us explanation of what brought them here and what they are doing for this our nation. So we wish you every success, and we will continue to pray for you and pray for our nation.
While in Kebbi State, the minister commissioned a similar information center built by the federal government. It had the same features as the one in Zamfara State, with a solar-powered borehole, a parabolic solar cooker, as well as solar-generated electricity. After the commissioning, the minister distributed stoves to women in the community to serve as an alternative to firewood. Mrs. Laurentia Malam also gave out seedlings to the community in order to emphasize the need to plant trees and fight desertification. The minister ended her visit to the two states with a media chat at NTA Gusau and Birnin Kebbi, respectively, to further sensitize the people of the state on the Great Green Wall initiative and the roles they are expected to play.
Mr. President, in his transformation agenda, saw that this program is very important to the northern part of Nigeria. Otherwise, the desert will swallow the whole country. So he launched the program, and money was given to the Federal Ministry of Environment to start planning, and a committee was set, headed by the Vice President, and so plans were put in place to start the execution of this program.
The success of the Great Green Wall Initiative in Nigeria is tied to the commitment and participation of affected communities in the 11 frontline states. The visit by the Minister of Environment is the first step towards securing that participation, just as the people's support, as displayed by their reception of the Great Green Wall Initiative, is a good indication that the project will realize its objectives of halting the advancement of the desert and restoring the lives and the livelihoods of the people.